What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. Welcome to What Sold Wednesday. In today's video, I am going to touch on economic impacts and things that are happening around the country that could impact your sales. I'm also going to update you on the pallet that I purchased, how it's selling, things that I'm doing to get it moving, how I'm managing reselling and homeschooling, and some strategies that I'm using during this time to make sure that my sales are where they're supposed to be. I'll also get into my top brands, top categories, and show you actual items that sold. This is a very meaty video, so if definitely enjoy the video and the content. I only do 2 videos a week due to time constraints, so I do pack this tight full of content. And then it is also a live video as well. If you're watching this live, feel free to ask questions as well as I go through this. I am going to show you my actual data on things that I'm talking about, so you can see the analytics behind what I'm talking about, and I'm showing you facts and proving actual things that are working for me, and then also things that are not working for me, and what I look at and how I change and pivot my business based off of data. So if you like content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe. Give me a thumbs up as well. If you're watching this in the recording, make sure to... What's up, Sherry? If you're watching this in the recording, if you have questions, leave them down below. As people pop on, I do have a couple announcements for the week. I'm doing I'm talking over 30 resellers and a couple really big companies in the reselling community have given some prizes away. It's going to be a massive giveaway tonight on Instagram. So make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's for reselling parents. I'm hearing a lot of struggles, myself included, in the community about reselling parents. And I just wanted to bring some light and joy to their life, and hoping that a giveaway will at least help them, put a smile on their face during these really hard times. So if you are a reselling parent or reselling parents, make sure to follow me on Instagram tonight and enter for this giveaway. It is over $4,000 worth of prizes. I'm kind of sad that I can't enter it. It's my giveaway with 30 other resellers, but it is my giveaway with 30 other resellers. So it's going to be amazing. And then also on my Instagram, I have a pretty exciting announcement that I'm going to be making. I've known about it for a couple of weeks, and it's been hard to keep my mouth shut, but it is going to be announced this week on my Instagram. So make sure to follow me there. It is SarahStylesLLC on all platforms. So you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, PoshMark, eBay, Etsy, all the places, Facebook, Instagram, all the places. That is my name, Sarah Styles LLC, as well as my website. So like I said, this is meaty. Let's get right into it. What's up, Sherry? What's up, Wendy and Margaret are here. Duncan's here as always. Thanks, guys, for joining. How have your guys' weeks been? I know a couple of you are reselling parents, so drop a note down below. Let me know how that's been going for you. It's been a struggle. I mean, we have good days and we have bad days, for sure. We're kind of getting into a routine, so that has been nice. I've been getting a little bit more work done than I had originally thought, so that's really nice. But like I said, let's get right into this. There is going to be a lot of information. I'm going to quickly go over my week, just at high-level numbers, what I sold for the week, tell you a little bit of economic updates, and then we'll jump right into my data. So this week I sold $962 between PoshMark and eBay. That is a total of 29 items. That's split out 17 on eBay, 12 on PoshMark. And then I am adding in my dashboard solds in here. You guys this isn't going to be in my spreadsheet, but it is part of my income, and I wanted to share that with you guys as well. So this week I have sold 6 dashboards. So 17 on eBay, 12 on PoshMark. 17 on eBay is right around what's been my normal. July, June, I was closer to like 30 a week. I'm now down to 17. PoshMark is actually up from last week. I was at 8 last week. This week I'm at 12. So it is actually up 8. I'm going to dive more into these numbers and talk a little bit more about these after I talk about the impacts on the economic impacts, as well as other things that could be impacting our business as well. So I'm in the US. I'm going to speak strictly to that. However, COVID is a, world pandemic, so it could have impacts on your business as well and what you sell. I sell mostly women's clothing, shoes, and purses, and so that's definitely impacting me for reselling. Another thing that is happening here that can absolutely impact our sales right now, and it's something you guys have to be mindful of, is the West Coast is on fire, like literally on fire. A lot of places homes are being evacuated. People are not able to go outside. So on top of COVID, on top of parents are at home remote learning, now the West Coast is on fire. I'm in Colorado, so I'm not, California into Washington and stuff, but we've had fires for the past month and a half. It was so bad today, you cannot see the mountains from our house. And we were the next level down from toxic, but we went out for a walk for about 15 minutes and you could taste it in your mouth. So we're not in the evacuation part of it, but that is definitely something. People are being evacuated from their houses. They're not online shopping right now, right? And then the other thing is remote learning as well. I mentioned this in the past, but I just also want to touch on it. People are remote learning. They're not buying back to school clothes. They're very, I know I've talked to quite a few people. I tried to look for stats on this, but there's always a lag in stats. I'm wondering if unemployment furlough rates are going to go up, because I've talked to quite a few parents that are like, my kids are at home remote learning. I had to quit my job, or I had to take a furlough, or whatever it is. So I'm wondering if that is also people, their income is down. My income is down because I'm not reselling as much as well. So those are some things that I want you guys to be a little bit mindful of. If you're wondering why your sales could be down, there's nothing that you can do about it. Stay consistent, lower expenses. If this is money that you really need, lower those expenses. Find ways to, relist inventory that you already have, or cross list to another platform, get free inventory, whatever it is. If this is the income that you absolutely need and the sales aren't there, try and list lower your expenses to make that net a little bit higher. Another thing is hurricanes. It is definitely hurricane season in East Coast into Florida in the South. I think I'm trying to remember. I'm mom brain right now. I remote learn, remote teach 3 kids. There is a hurricane on its way, I believe. If anyone wants to fact check me. Geez, I cannot talk. Mom brain. If anyone wants to let me know, I'm not in the East Coast and the South, so it's not something that's constantly on my radar, but I do know that there was, I think it was yesterday, I saw there was a hurricane on the way. So that's something to be mindful of. People are being evacuated. People are like, if you're not in your home, you're not getting things shipped to you. You're not in the mindset of, let me go on eBay and go shopping, right? Especially for women's clothing. So those are something to be mindful of. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to quit this business, but it's just something to be mindful of and find ways to pivot your business to make that money that you need to make. As far as strategies that I'm doing, things that I'm doing right now, eBay, I have stayed very consistent on. I'm still listing 7 items a day. I'm going through, I have a video on it, and on my website, you can get the checklist of things that I do every single day. I'm still doing those every single day on eBay. eBay's been very consistent for me as far as my time goes. However, PoshMark, I have lowered my time on PoshMark. PoshMark takes a lot of time in the sharing. And I mean, to send an offer, you have to do 1 like at a time. And I was spending almost an hour a night doing that. And after I did my video last week and I was looking at my offer to likes, I was like, you know what, this month I'm not going to do offer to likes, and I'm going to see how it impacts my sales. So I'll share with you guys that in a minute, just for the week, how it's impacting my sales, and I'll keep you updated on that as well. But I'm definitely spending less time on PoshMark. It is much more time intensive because on eBay I pay a lister. So I take the pictures and then she lists them. If you're not listing, eBay is, I go in and do a couple things for the algorithm, but it's much less time consuming. I just sent out offers to everyone who liked an item today on eBay, and it took me 30 seconds, right? So that's kind of where I'm headed with that model. Is I'm still reselling, but I'm shifting a bit more to eBay because it is a little bit less time. It is less time consuming. The other thing too is ThreadUp. You can see my ThreadUp, where is it? My ThreadUp bag is behind me. Have you guys tried ThreadUp? What's your take on it? I will share my actual data on ThreadUp, and I'm going to jump into my data here just in a minute, but I want to give you an idea of where I'm at before we look at my data. So ThreadUp, I have 2 boxes. One has been processed. One was received yesterday and will be processed this week. That bag was the 4 items that did not get selected and got sent back to me. So it's sitting right there because I'm going to send it right back to them. And then the box underneath it is a box that I have ready to to ship out to them. And then, yeah, you can see the big Tupperware underneath it is the next stuff of items that I'm going to be doing. So I will keep you guys up to date on how ThreadUp works for me. And I will actually show you the data behind how are things selling, how does it compare to Poshmark and eBay. And on that note, let's look at some data. All right, so this is the Sarah Styles analytical. Take that back. This is the Sarah Styles sales and trends dashboard. This is for sale on the website if you want to look at your data. The thing with this looks at all of the platforms. However, you do have to be a little bit understanding of your data and willing to manage your data because it's coming from all platforms. It's not just a copy and paste like the Poshmark reports, the Poshmark dashboards that I have. However, you can put up to 20 platforms on here. So I will add ThreadUp into here once I start seeing sales. So here's my 28 days. So we are talking half of September compared to half of August into July, so 28 days to the previous 28 days. I'm down $1,500. I've sold 33 less items. You can tell I'm down everywhere except for I've listed 4 more items. My listing is very consistent. This kind of just depends on what day you're looking at. My lister puts it in here when she creates the draft, so sometimes it's a lot more, but I haven't actually listed them on eBay, if that makes sense. But you can see everything is down. Something that I've been thinking about, and Duncan, you might find this interesting, because you've been following my journey. One of the reasons I do think I'm down on eBay is my brother-in-law gave me a bunch of stuff in June, July timeframe, a lot of electronics, home goods, things that were selling really well. And that I think really helped my eBay sales that month. It was quite a few grand that month in consignment sales from him. Since then, we've kind of fallen off in doing it. I'll get things here and there, but my time commitment is just not really there to be able to commit to listing someone else's items. So I do think that has something to do with my sales. And it has me thinking about maybe venturing into home goods or electronics. If you guys have suggestions for me on how to try, I'm not thrifting a lot. So I've thought about doing a pallet, but it's not something that I do. So I don't really, it's kind of scary to buy a big pallet of stuff that you're not used to, but I'm considering maybe doing that as well. So this is an interesting thing I will show you guys while I have you on here. This is saying no data, and that's because I have not logged in yet. So if you do have the dashboard, I'm going to take this off the screen really quick, just so you guys don't have my login. But if you do have the dashboard, this is a security measure. And you do have to log in every time. I get emails fairly often and mine's not working. What's happening? It's likely because you haven't logged in, and you can see that I do the same thing. I forget to log in sometimes. I thought I got the video prepped and I must not have. Oh, I did the wrong email. Apparently I cannot talk and type at the same time, so bear with me. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you do a live video. I cannot cut that out. What's up, Jacob? Thanks for joining. How have you been? Listing some electronics. Duncan's saying listing some electronics would be a good idea. And I think so, but it's completely outside of my realm. I might actually have my brother-in-law either split a pallet with me or figure out, at least help me source a pallet. The other issue that I have, and you guys might have some suggestions, is storage. Electronics tend to take up a lot of storage space. So what kind of electronics do you guys sell that doesn't take up a lot of storage space? Clothes you fold, and I can fit like 20 to 30 in a bin, sometimes 40, depending on what kind of items. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that with electronics. So, all right, here we are. Now we're at my September. So we're about half the month in. I'm currently at 29% of my goal. So I don't think I'm going to hit my goal this month. I have decreased my goal to $6,000. I was closer to $8,000, and I'm actually thinking I might decrease that a little bit more just because I'm at home remote learning with the kids and not spending as much time. And I've also decided to kind of do more of a maintenance mode right now and focus a little bit more on branding. And so the extra time that I have, I'm working on some other projects and other types of things besides reselling. So I think I might lower that a little bit. I'm going to give it a month or two and kind of see how things are tracking. If you haven't seen the dashboard before, this is based, you can change this number in the simulator, and then you can come down here and it'll tell you to make that amount based off of your data. These are the items that you need to sell for the month or at this average sale price and active listings. So my average sale price is about $35, which is still a good average sale price, but it is down about $3. And something I'm noticing, let me know if you guys are noticing the same. It's kind of feeling like when COVID happened, people were still shopping, but I was getting very, very low offers. I was getting lots of my lower average sale price items were selling, and I'm starting to get that feel. Again. And I think, so what I'm going to share with you in a minute what I've been doing, but the stimulus too, Congress cannot get it together to give a stimulus. And so I think that's impacting a little bit of our sales as well, because beginning of the summer, the stimulus package was released. And so people had a little bit of extra funds. Unemployment had a little bit. I think they got like $400 extra a month. That went away at the end of July, I believe it was. So I think that's something that could be impacting it as well. I'm definitely seeing much lower offers as well as a more lower average sale price items selling. So markets agreeing, lots of low offers. Are you guys taking the low offers? Are you countering? How are you guys handling this? I'll tell you what I'm doing in a minute, but I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. What's up, the Grumpy Thrifters? I love selling hard goods. I'm going to have to DM you and get some ideas from you. I think that's probably where I need to go. I don't love it, so I'm wondering if I could do something that was easy to storage, easy to take photos of, that type of thing. I've also thought about jewelry maybe. I don't know. Does anyone sell jewelry? But more because it would be easy to photograph it and easy to store, right? All right, so let's hop into top categories. Let me make sure I did make notes. I want to make sure I got everything covered for you. So I'm going to show you all this data, and then I will show you the actual items that sold as well. All right, so yes, let's look at top categories. And this is a good place to start because if you look at my top categories, so again, sell-through rate is here and we're comparing it to average sale price. Up in this top quadrant is going to be a high average sale price and a high sell-through rate, my BOLO categories, as well as BOLO brands when you come down to this chart. BOLO categories, for me, electronics, there you go. What were we just talking about? And then the other one up here, 11% sell-through, $42 average sale price is home goods. And this is kind of what's telling me, as well as talking to the market, looking at eBay data, that maybe I need to kind of venture out and try some of these. The thing up here, this is accessories. And this is when that sell-through rate is phenomenal compared to my let's see where my monthly sell-through. My monthly sell-through rate is about 8% right now for the month. So anything above that is doing better than my average. So 30% is like significantly better than 8%, right? Although it's a 12% average sale price, right? So what I was saying, my average sale price items are selling better. I'm selling through them, but they're lower average sale price items. The thing that holds strong for me is bags. Average sale price, $79.23. Sell-through rate is 4%. And then also keep in mind over here, we're looking at, let me move this over, at my average days on hand. Bags is one of the top average days on hand. So bags, you have to find the right buyer that's going to spend $79. My bags are going to sit, but I don't mind so much if they're selling for $79. A couple other things I do want to monitor is jeans. It's slowly starting to become jeans. I'm seeing more going out the door. An average sale price of $30. I'm okay with that if the sell-through rate starts to increase. I'm hoping I stocked up on jeans and those can start moving out the door as fall approaches. And then the other thing too, fall is getting here. Sweaters is getting up there, $41 So some of this is from the pallet, and I'll talk about the pallet here in a minute. Sell-through rate is 4%. Keep in mind, we're only looking at a month worth of data. So those sell-through rates are kind of small, kind of low, but we're only looking at a half a month of data. And then the other thing, jackets and coats is up there as well, $39 average sale price. I do appreciate fall and winter because boots, jackets, sweaters tend to just sell higher prices anyway, right? So I want to check in. I did want to note too, so sweaters, my average days on hand is 12 for sweaters. So on average, those are selling pretty quickly. Those, again, a lot of those are going to be from the pallet. So I've only listed them for a week-ish. And so I want to see how that translates as they've been listed a little bit longer. All right, let's see with the chat. Depends on ready. We're talking about low offers. Depends on, I'm going to get rid of them. Okay, today I messaged and asked if they can meet me in the middle. She countered again and I accepted. That's interesting. On something I really like, I've been asking, hey, I appreciate your offer. Let's meet in the middle. I've been throwing in things for supporting a small business. I think it helps for them to know they are truly supporting a small business if they purchase my item. Lots of lower offers. If you're interested in what sells in hard goods, let me know and I will share our solds with you. Yes, I would love to. Ooh, jewelry. Jewelry sells quick. Yeah, I might send you a DM, Grumpy Thrifters, and we can chat a bit about what I should be looking at and what I can look into. All right, top brands. I just quickly want to go over some of the top brands. I am going to share the actual items that sold this past week with you as well. So up here is going to be a purse, $125. I shared this last week. It actually sold last week, but it was listed for 1 hour, this purse, and I only have 2 of them, so it's a 50% sell-through rate. So I'm not sure if this brand sells quickly and has like a high sell-through rate or if I just lucked out and had a good style. Miss Me is a 50% sell-through rate, $30. I like this because there's a lot of talk in the community. This brand sells for me and this brand sells for me and this, and I don't always have the same luck as everybody else. Miss Me is definitely a jean that people are like, Miss Me is where it's at. So a 50% sell-through rate at $30 average sale price. I will definitely keep an eye out for that. Nanette Lepore, I will tell you, Nanette Lepore, let me look at my days on hand. Yes. 309 days on hand. It sat for a very long time. It's one of the brands that people in the community are like, hey, it sells, it sells, it sells. So I bought some. I only tried it out, bought a couple to see how it did. And it did eventually sell at $40. However, it for almost a year. Right? Multiple relistings and such. I'm going to quickly go over some of these. Sita, you guys will see that. That's Athleta. Typically, Athleta is stuff that I donate. My own clothes, I don't often pick up Athleta because it sells at a lower price. This Athleta, and I'll show you in a minute, is actually a sweater. But like their tops and stuff sell lower. Echo is shoes, really cute shoes. Those tend to sell. Boots tend to sell well. Via Spiga, it hit or miss on this brand. I don't know if you guys sell it, but the retail is really high. It doesn't always sell quick or high. Y'all know me. Coach is my boo. $49 average sale price, 10% sell-through rate. So that's about an average sell-through rate for me. $49 for Coach is much lower than it's been in the past. It's usually closer to $60, $65. So that's kind of where I'm talking. I'm still selling it, but people are sending lower offers and buying it at a much lower price. So you can see Free People, the palette that I bought, it was mainly Free People, a little bit of Lucky. So you can see the bubble is big because I have a lot of it listed. That's going to get significantly bigger as I continue to list more of it. I have 57 items of the palette listed right now. I sold off about 60 of them before I even listed it. I wanted to try some mystery boxes and did a live auction to get an idea how that is. I'm also sending some to ThredUp to see how it does there. I'm kind of messing around with this palette to see how it's doing. But my sell-through rate for Free People right now is 88% at an average sale price of $28, which I started actually listing it on Saturday. So an 8% sell-through rate in less than a week, I'm pretty happy with. Let's also look down here. I'm going to skip over that for a second. Look down here at the palette. So let's see, what is my profit on the palette? Oh, that's my profit. So my average profit on the items from the pallet. Now keep in mind, this is the pallet that I just purchased. I also purchased some off of a friend who had a pallet. 2 different people had a pallet. So that's kind of combining all of that stuff. But my average profit is $22, which if you look at, for me, $22 profit on item is my lower end for sure. But I have to keep in mind, I'm not going out and sourcing it. I will say a pallet is as time consuming, if not more time consuming than going out sourcing, but I don't have to leave my house. I can come in when my kids are during relaxing time. I can come in at night. I can order online. So that is something that's kind of driving my mindset into purchasing a pallet, is more the sourcing option, not necessarily big, huge profits. I mean, $22 is still a great profit, right? But compared to some of my other stuff, you know, $35, 42, 125, 34, right? So it is one of the lower profits for me. I will continue to keep an eye on that. Let's quickly check in with eBay and Poshmark. So no, Etsy, I actually decided to take everything off of Etsy. Etsy, you have to pay a relisting fee. And I was selling stuff every couple months. Minus my dashboard, I was sending something every couple months. Or I was selling something every couple of months, but I was continuing to have to pay these listing fees and for taking stuff off. And so I decided to take everything off of Etsy. Vintage clothing, with the exception of my dashboards. So that's where that's at. Instagram, I don't push sales on Instagram by any means. Just sometimes I'll post a picture of something that I'm doing or a haul or whatever, and people will ask me. So that's in there. As things start to sell on ThreadUp, you will start to see a line in here, and we can start compare the platforms. How does ThreadUp compare to eBay and compared to Poshmark, my profits and such. So let's quickly take a look. eBay compared to Poshmark. My eBay is performing better than Poshmark. Keep in mind, these are gross numbers. So eBay has shipping included in it and has the fees included in it. This has the 20% fees. So over here, Poshmark and eBay, Poshmark, my average sale price is actually a little bit higher than eBay, which is really interesting because that's, you take 20% off of that and you're right at about $30. So I'm at about $30 profit per item on Poshmark. eBay, my seller fees, so that includes shipping, the seller fees, including, you know, all of the fees that eBay has, and then taking shipping out of that tends to be around 25 to 30%, depending on what I've been shipping. And so the profit is, it's starting at, the average sale price is starting lower at 34%. And then let's just say 30% for easy math, that's $9. So $25. So on average, eBay is performing at lower average sale price. I'm making less on my eBay than I am on my Poshmark. Something, and this was a great question that someone asked me as I start to put in ThreadUp, I'll talk about this, but ThreadUp, their fees are significantly higher because it's a commission-based model, right? So if I had ThreadUp in here, I'm making, you know, 20 to 80%. I'll never make an 80% commission because it's like $300 items or something, but I'm not making, their fee is going to be significantly higher. I'll probably be in like that, I don't know. We'll see what fees I have, but that's something to keep in mind too. You're paying a lot higher of a fee on ThreadUp as well too, because they're doing so much more work, right? So I'll keep you guys updated. Once I start selling things on ThreadUp, you'll start to see that data in here and I can compare it as well. The other thing here is you can see the cost of goods between the two. So I'm selling it roughly the same. And everything I have on Poshmark is the same on eBay, with the exception of like 1 or 2 electronics that just you can't list on Poshmark. Speaking of ThreadUp, does anyone know if you can send a 2-piece outfit as such as a 2-piece set? I would like it to be placed in a poly. And do they separate it? Getting ready to fill out my second bag. I've actually heard that they separate it, but I'm not 100% sure. So if anybody else knows more about ThreadUp, I have not done that yet. So I'm not 100% sure. Sourcing, we talked about it. The pallet is the big kicker here. I have not really added anything else. I do. So the consignment that I was touching on, average sale price about $40. So that is that. I did quickly want to touch on and look at my eBay data for you, because I keep going back and forth on should I mostly don't have free shipping. I only have it on a few things if I forgot to take it off, honestly, or if it's like really high price item and it weighs under a pound. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll pay $5. If you're going to spend $100, you know, on this item, I'll pay $5 to send it to you. So for the most part, I don't have free shipping on. I'm contemplating what to do with promoted listings. I'm thinking in October, I might keep promoted listings on, but lower it. So right now I do trending on everything. You can see why I'm hesitant. So this is, let me show you where I'm at. I'm on eBay. If you have a store, you have performance up here, and then I'm at sales. And if you come down here, you can click over. It starts on all sales. Click over to promoted listing sales, and it tells you you're split out. So 62% of my listings of my sales are coming from promoted listings. That makes me very hesitant to change that. But I think I might try to dip it down and do like maybe 2 or 3% instead of trending and kind of see where that's at. I kind of wish that they had trending minus 2%, right? Because some trending is 1% and some trending is 10%. And so I don't want to change that 10% down to 2, but the 1% is actually going up to 2, right? So if I could just do like trending minus 2, lower it just a little bit, but that's not an option on eBay. So, all right, who is ready to look at all of the items? Duncan, what's up? Duncan is saying they separate it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure because I hadn't done it. Free shipping should only be on small light items and where there's enough profit. Trending promoted or 5% is okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, Duncan, I might go down, mess with that trending and see if it impacts my sales. My sales, as you saw in that, my sales are down, 35% down. So I'm not really super excited to do much to change that. But I'm wondering if I can lower it just a little bit and still see the same consistent sales. Free shipping is something that everyone has an opinion on. I will say I don't like doing it because it kills me to take it out of my profit. I think if you're a big enough seller and you're getting enough exposure and you can price your items high enough to take it out, that's fine. When I was I sell clothing, let me take this off for a minute. I sell clothing on eBay. The sell-through rate for clothing on eBay is 5%. So I have a lot of competition in it. And so I need to be very competitive in the price. And so when I was pricing to have shipping included in it, it was putting me at a really high price compared to others. However, the reason that I think a lot of people say, and it's true, why free shipping works is on eBay, people shop based off of the filters on the left. There's a specific name for it, but based off of the filters on the left. So they'll go in and say most relevant, I don't know, price range of this brand, color, whatever it is. And one of the options is free shipping. And so if someone is searching for something and they click free shipping and you don't have free shipping in, your items do not come up. I'm thinking that eBay shoppers are smart enough now to know that most eBay stores just put that into their price. And my husband yesterday came down and was like, I'm looking at this item, Sarah, and it's one person has it for this, another person has it for this, but when you add in, one's free shipping, one's not free shipping, you add in the price, it's the same amount. And I was like, yes, that's absolutely what people do. People are not willing to give away their profits, right? So I think most eBay buyers are kind of in that mindset now and don't necessarily only search for free shipping, if that makes sense. So let's get into it. Who wants to see actual items that sold for me? And I share everything. If you guys don't like seeing all of it, let me know. I've asked in the past and everyone says they like seeing everything. So here we are. I'm going to continue to do it. So this is Poshmark, what has sold for me from the last time. These Frank Sarto black wedges, they are basically new with tags. This was purchased from the pallet that I purchased from a friend. You can't necessarily say they're all new with tags because, and this is, I'm glad that I did this. I've had people ask me, I'm considering a pallet, what should I do? And I purchased off of other people that I knew that had pallets to get an idea of how the process worked and how it came and, just a hands-on. You can watch YouTube videos, but I just really wanted to see how it worked and ask, they were friends of mine, so I asked them questions. And I wanted to purchase things and see how it was different than, buying at a thrift store. So she purchased shoes. They were all, I think, store stock maybe, all technically, or store stock. And then also, so that means they're pulled from the store or they were returns. So in theory, they should all be in really good condition. However, with the shoes, they just threw them all in there. There was nothing was in a box, nothing was in polymail, nothing was covered. So a lot of the shoes had, some of the shoes were torn. They had marks because they were being shuffled around with other shoes. So that was interesting because I had considered buying a pallet of shoes and I was like, nope. And then the other thing she bought a pallet of shoes, got it, and was like, now I'm going to have to store 500 pairs of shoes. And I hadn't thought about that. I don't have room to store. I mean, I would have figured it out, but it's much more difficult to store a pallet of shoes than of clothes. This Free People. So if you follow me, you know that I do not use stock photos. So you're going to say, hey, Sarah, this is a stock photo. What's up? So the reason that I don't use stock photos is that it is using someone else's picture without their permission. It's one, first of all, it's illegal, but then also like, I don't want someone using my stuff without my permission. I work very hard at my business. I work very hard at everything that I do. I don't want someone stealing it from me. I'm going to give that person the same respect. But you can ask people for their permission. And not all companies are going to give it, and not all places are going to give it. And I reached out when I was researching a pallet, because there are certain brands, Free People being one of them, that I think sell significantly better if you have the stock photo. So I reached out to various different, Free People, places that sell Free People, different various places that, and said, hey, I'm going to be selling this. Can I use your stock photo? And a lot of them said no. I wasn't just Free People, but there was also other brands that I was looking at, but one said yes. So the stock photos that I use are with permission. And you can see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see my listing. Yes, stock photos used with permission. So that's why I have my stock photo. I'm a firm believer in one, technically PoshMark eBay, all the places say that it's illegal and you can get banned for it. But also I just want to give other artists respect as far as myself as well. But the stock photos that I am using are with permission. Articles. This was from my purchase from my cousin. Jeans. You can start to see, we're going to start seeing some winter fall type things. This Athleta sweater is the $45 sweater. This, excuse me, Athleta does not typically go, sweaters, jackets, stuff like that. But Athleta, their tops and stuff are usually like $10 to maybe $20. This one, the comps on this were actually pretty low. They were closer to $20. And I was like, that is so cute. I took a risk and I was like, it's really cute. It's beginning of fall. Hopefully I get sweaters listed before a lot of other resellers. My pictures are good. I don't know. I took a risk and it sold for $45. So clothing market is saturated, too much competition. You need to get into electronics from your brother-in-law so you own the items outright. Most people I know shop by arranging lowest price first, including shipping. That's how I shop too. So I still charge shipping and lower listing price for now anyways. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Jacob. I'm thinking if I can have, because shoppers are smart, right? We're not, there's Amazon out there and we've gotten used to free shipping. I get it. But I feel like shoppers are smart. We're getting, especially with the pandemic, people are getting more used to shopping online. And I shop the same way. I always sort lowest to highest. So if I can have a low listing price and then a reasonable, I charge what it would cost to ship. Sometimes I do flat rate shipping too. So sometimes I make $1, sometimes I lose $1, just so people have an easy idea of how shipping is. These are a pair of jeans. I got at the thrift store. Coach, these are a pair. I was actually surprised these sold. Heels aren't really selling right now. People are at home. No one's going into work. Here's some accessories. I got these for garage sale. I do a free with purchase. So if he had purchased something, they would have been free. But they sent me an offer and I took it. Miss Me jeans, here you go. Paige, these were a flat buy, which I love. And I'm pretty sure those were donated to me from my niece. So gotta love that. Free inventory. Coach, this Coach bag I had at least over a year. And this is what I'm saying, like it sold $64, but bags, depending on what it is, they're going to sit a bit longer. And I'm okay with it. They're easy to store. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love purses, pretty easy to list, especially Coach, because Coach, I'll show you guys, has a creed on it. So if you're new to Coach, Coach is going to have this on the inside called a creed. Most. Some Coach do not have this. There was a couple years in there when they changed it, but most are going to have this. These last numbers on the creed, you can look them up, see if it's fake. And then it also tells you, hey, this is the Chelsea leather shoulder bag purse. Well, those are names that I added, but this is the Chelsea leather purse. And then, so this one, that F means that it is from the outlet, which I haven't really noticed makes a big difference. Free People. And let me show you these. So you're going to say, hey, Sarah, I thought you had rights to the Free People or to use the stock photos. Everywhere that sells Free People has different stock photos. So the one that allowed me to use the stock photos didn't have the stock photo in gray. They only had the pink one. So I listed it with the gray on the top, and then I put the pink in here and said, hey, stock photo differs from the actual color. Right? So it's gray. You can see the actual gray item, but this is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to fit. What's surprising, those two, I listed both of these sold the same day that I listed them, and I have multiples of them if you guys want more. This one was sent, there was multiples in the, I think I actually sold one. I sold one in the auction. I sent one to I sent one to ThreadUp, and then I listed multiples on PoshMark and eBay. So there are more available. One sold for 40, one sold for 45. Both were offers. I think it's listed at like 50 or 55 maybe. Soul Society, these are from the pallet that I purchased from my friend. I also wanted to get an idea of the brands that she purchased. Some of them were new to me. I haven't really sold Soul Society. They're $139 retail, and they only sold for $22. But this is where I think this has to do with the market. I've looked at comps, and the comps for these were closer to like $30 to $40. But right now, that's what is happening. And I'm taking most offers, honestly. I would rather get $22, spend that $22 into more inventory and make more money than wait this out. If it were a year ago, I maybe would wait it out because it was a bit more predictable. People had jobs. The country wasn't on fire. There wasn't a, very controversial election, not to mention a world pandemic, right? So I'm not in the mindset of holding on to it or really countering unless it's ridiculous. Someone sent me an offer for $12 on like a new Attack $67 vintage sweatshirt. So I did counter that one. They declined. But most of them I'm taking if it's somewhat reasonable or even a little bit less than reasonable, but I'm happy with it. Sorel, these are sellers. I love selling Sorels. These were tore up. Honestly, I got them from a thrift store. Can you see? I got them from a thrift store. Yeah. No, that's a lie. I got them from a garage sale. And they actually were like in her garage. You can't really see how, yeah, look at how bad. You can't really, I got them from a garage sale. Sorry guys. I got them from a garage sale. I paid $1, but they had been like sitting in her garage and had like dust and stuff all over them. And I was like, for $1, I'll see if I can wash them off. They're snow boots, right? So they're going to be water resistant. Unfortunately, the liner didn't come out on these ones, so I couldn't really wash the inside, which was unfortunate, but these sold for an offer. It was actually a bundle, this and this top. I think the top went for 15 and these shoes went for 40. Sorel's, this style Sorel in nice shape can go much higher. Well, in years past, it can go higher than 40. Here are some Free People. So you can see this one is an actual item. This one, the stock photo is a different color, so I don't have it there. And then Under Armour as well. Those are my Poshmark sales. Let's look at some eBay. Get rid of that. All right, Calvin Klein. This was from a pallet. This is from the pallet that I purchased for my friend. She did, it was more like athleisure type of wear, so performance. The Calvin Klein is moving, but it moves slow. This was an offer. I wish eBay would show me. Let me look on my app because I feel like I'm showing you guys this and these aren't the actual prices that they sold at, because as Duncan has told me, if it sells as an offer, this screen that I'm showing you does not show the offer price, which I think is a little ridiculous. But this is the only way that I can show it to you guys without showing everyone's. Yeah, here we go. I'll tell you. So I'll tell you the actual amount that it sold for, but I don't want to share the screen that I'm showing, that I'm looking at, because it has the buyer's information. And I don't want to do that. So this actually sold for $14 as best offer. This actually sold for $28 as best offer. It sold within like a week of listing. So I was pretty excited about that. But you can see it had a hoodie. More of this fall stuff is starting to sell. This Coach purse sold as an offer for $35. Normally, I would expect this to sell closer. So I had it listed at $62. I'm doing a sale for 10% off most of my store to try and encourage sales as well. $50. Normally a year ago, I would think I would get around $40 to $50 for this, closer to the $50 range. but someone offered me 35, and that's the life that we're living right now. I took it. Free people, you can see here. So this is the shirt. This is the stock photo. It wasn't in black, so I put it as the second photo. This I sold for $15. So the free people is not, I mean, those sweaters sold higher, but some of these tops and stuff sold a little bit lower for $15. A scarf. These are free items that I have, and this actually I made no profit on. This is just, I have these to encourage sales. So I basically charge what shipping is. So I do fast and free, and I charge what shipping is. I got them at the bins, or they were donated to me. I got them at a garage sale. They probably cost me $0.25. It's more as like a marketing strategy to either on Poshmark encourage sales and people to bundle, or look at my closet on eBay. I have most of them priced basically free, basically net neutral and profit for me, just to get sales going. So that one I didn't make any profit on, but it got sales going. This Anthropology, this one is really devastating. I'm going to be honest. I paid up for this at a thrift store. I think I probably paid like $10, $12, which normally is more than I would pay for a sweater. But the comps on this, it's a newer color. There was only a couple sold and only 1 or 2 other listed. So it's a newer style. And the 2 that sold recently were, one was $50 and one was $60, I think. So I was like, okay, I'll pay $12 if I'm going to sell it for $50 or $60. Well, world pandemic happens. Things aren't selling for that price. Someone offered me $35 and I took it. So, I mean, if I paid, let's say $10 for easy math, if I paid $10, sold it for $35, take out 20% of fees, that's 29, 10 minus 10. I mean, I still made like $20 off of it, right? But not as much as I would have liked, as I was hoping. This was a full out purchase, which the Antonio Milani, I usually don't pick this up. I had a picker I was trying for a little bit from the bins, and she picked it up, and I was like, okay, I'll try. I have it, I'll list it. I was very surprised. This was a flat buy, and so it was the $31. I was really surprised at that price, to be honest. Free people, this is part of the 10% that it's selling. Like I said, I've sold 10% of what I've listed so far for the free people. This sold best offer for $25. It was really cute too. Sometimes you have to take a loss or less margin in order to get sales going. Money seems tight for people with what's going on in the world right now. This absolutely 100% is my mindset right now. I will take a lower profit if it's going to appease the algorithm, or just having a little bit of compassion. Like, people want to be out shopping and they're spending money. And I don't know when this is going to go away, right? Like, if I'm like, oh, I'm going to wait and counter it, and I'm going to wait for the prices to come up. I mean, that could literally be years. And then that new style Anthropology sweater is now 5 years old, right? And then it's not going to go for his high price anyway, right? This is something from my brother-in-law. It's like I don't know, snow globe from the White House. I don't know. This was an offer for $27. This was an offer for $8.69. So I don't think I made much off of this one. But again, to Duncan's point, I just want to get sales going. These are actually being returned. No, that's a lie. These aren't them. Sorry. These are not them. I have another pair of jeans that they're returning. These were a best offer for $39. So, I mean, off of the original, that's a decent amount off of the original, but it's still $39, right? Like, still $39. And I'm pretty sure these were donated to me. But either way, it's still $39. And I haven't had, like, I sell women's clothing. The sell-through rate on eBay for women's clothing is 5%. My competition is huge. I would venture to say that if you go on eBay right now and you look up, a large portion of my inventory, there's multiple items on there. So if they send me an offer and I don't take it, they're going to send someone else an offer who's going to take it, right? I don't have, Duncan probably has this luxury a little bit more. He's more niched in where he might have the only whatever a postcard that there is. I don't know specific, like, I don't know what to say about it, but he may have the only item on eBay. And so he has a little bit more leeway. Like, you don't want to buy this? Cool. Like, where else are you going to go to get it, dude? I don't have that luxury. There's multiple items on eBay. I have a high competition, right? These were Look, listed at $46. They are new with tags, Dear Johns. They were sold best offer for $20. So you're talking over 50% off of what I had it listed at are offers that I'm taking. But if I was not taking these, you would see half of the sales that I had. And keep it like I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. I'm going to look at my data and probably change some of my strategies. But this is where the market's going. Whether you like it or not, this is where the market is going. And you can either dig your heels in and say, this is worth more and not sell things, or you can go with it, go with the market and change strategies on the back end. And that's what I'm doing. I'm accepting offers. I'm getting an idea of what people are willing to sell, and I'm changing my strategy on the back end. It may be changing what I'm purchasing. It may be changing my cost of goods, so I'm making more profit. It's something that I'm doing right now as well is efficiencies. If I have an hourly rate that I want to make, and if it is taking me 2 hours to take pictures of 20 items, if I can get that down to a half an hour to take, or maybe even an hour to take 20 items, I am now making double the amount, right? Because I can take 40 pictures in 1 hour and I can get more items listed. So that's something you can do. Look at your efficiencies. How can you, or volume? If you're selling less items, you need to have more available. How can you get more available? That's another reason that I've gone on to ThreadUp. I want my sell-through rate to be higher. PoshMark and Ebay. How can I have more exposure? How can I sell more items of what I already have? I'm going to add another platform. I'm going to add a third part. In this one, I chose ThreadUp for various reasons. We've talked in the past why. But hopefully the same inventory that I have, having it on 3 different eyes, helps me increase that sell-through rate. Students of mine in clothing ran a 50% off sale to get the sales going. She got 15 sales in the first day. Yes, my items are one off, so it's a different story for my pricing. That's interesting. I might try that on the weekend because I'm taking offers for 50% off. Maybe if I had 50% off of everything, I would make more sales. And to that point, that's what other people are doing. They're my competition. I don't have this. This is where the market's going. I'm not going to say I don't like it. I'm not going to do it. I'm hoping for it because that's how I'm going to lose my business and not make money. I'm just going to find ways to turn with the times and figure it out. Sorry, that was my little rant. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This dress, let me pull up my eBay again after I did my little rant. This was a best offer for $28. So surprisingly, not that much off, but it was also a fast and free. So I lost money on shipping there. I actually think I'm going to try that, Duncan. I think this weekend I might do a big sale and see what happens. If I'm taking offers for that amount anyway, right? Like, why not? All right, Miss Me jeans. These I didn't realize when I picked it up, and I should have known based off of this size 14. These are girls. I think I picked this up at a quick trip to a thrift store. I wasn't really thinking, but this 14, that's a girl size. So in women's jeans, depending on the brand, you can have a size 8, 10, 12, 14. That would be normal. In Miss Me, they are based off of the waist size. So women's are going to be size 26, 27, 28, whatever. 14 is itty bitty, is going to be girls. So they're going to be cheaper because they're girls. So these, an offer for $12. Look at that, over 50% off. I'm taking offers, might as well do the sale and get more sales. So 45, these sold for $45. These are Echo. I have pretty good luck with Echo. They're really nice boots. I've sold them much higher than that in the past. These sold for $45, listed at $75, $30 off of the listed. That was the best offer. I kind of like, so doing this live and talking with you guys also helps me check, my data frequent, like it's putting me accountable to make sure to look at my data, and talking with you guys is really giving me an idea of what I want to do with the business. So I really appreciate you guys. Okay. I'm going to do it. Duncan, try 50% off sale Thursday night to Monday morning. Duncan, I'm so scared to do 50%. It seems like such a scary high number. What about 40%, 30? I don't know. But I mean, they're selling look at all of these that I've showed you, right? Most of the offers that I'm taking are 50% off. Might as well just get them out the door and spend money. I'm going to try it. Do it. Go big or go home, right? stay tuned next Wednesday to see how it goes. I'm going to set the sale right after this to go off, which is another reason. Like I said, I'm switching a little bit more to eBay than to Poshmark. I can go in, I can schedule a sale. It'll go off. What did he say? Monday? Let me see. Thursday night to Monday morning. I can schedule it. I don't have to think about it. It's going to happen. Poshmark, I'd have to like be on my phone and hit sale. And it's a much more time consuming on Poshmark. This is a jacket. Sorry. I was just thinking of I was thinking of a different jacket and I was like, this isn't fox leather. But this one is. There's another jacket by this brand I had that was more of like a fabric. Anyway, $20. This one sold for $20. So, you know, a little over 30% off of my asking. These Todds, these size 6.5. That's going to take a bit lower to sell. I had a pair just like these that sold for $80 or $90. These were listed for $66 and I took an offer for 50% off at $35. Look at that. I'm taking offers at 35% off. I might as well just do a sale for it and get the people who aren't willing to send offers, right? All right. This is the last one. This jacket was listed at $42 and I have $30. I took an offer for $30. So I'm glad I told you guys the actual prices because it helped me understand what was really going on as well. So thank you guys. What are you guys doing? Are you noticing the same things that I'm noticing? Lower offers? How are you combating it? What are you guys doing with your business? Yeah. Your competition is doing 50%, so 30% may not have the same effect. You're taking offers of 50% off anyways. It's valid. I'm going to do it. It's going to be scary. I'm going to do it. Go big or go home. Unless I try, you don't know how it works. The inventory is just sitting in my basement anyway. 50% off, I'm still making money. If this is going to be my new tactic, and if I'm going to be if my items are selling for 50% off, my average sale price is going to decrease. That is going to change how I source and what I source. It's also going to change my whole business model, to be completely honest. If I'm selling items significantly less, I need to be selling more quantity. So I need to find ways to up my quantity. But if it's increasing my sell-through rate, then that's worth it, right? So stay tuned. Join me next Wednesday to see how this pans out and what it works for me and how I'm going to change this. I don't think if I'm going to do this as a long-term thing, I'm going to have to change my business strategies to accommodate this. I'm not currently set up to sell things at 50% of what they are listed at. That might be where I need to go with it though. So I'm going to try it out. Wish me luck. On that note, I can smell dinner ready. I got an air fryer. Does anyone have an air fryer? My husband's making some chicken in the air fryer. Super excited for it. We made French fries with potatoes from the garden this weekend. They were super, super yummy. I'm listing more, accepting more, going to try higher quantity for lower cost of goods. Yeah. And that's kind of the part of why I'm trying a palette. You can see here behind me. No, behind me, it's backwards. Behind me, this is part of the Free People palette. That's all the same item. So I can I can take photos of one item and then have, that's helping my back end processing because I'm not having, it's 10 sweaters, but it's only taking me time that it would take to list one sweater, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm excited to try this, Duncan. Let's see how it works. Hopefully I come back on Wednesday and I'm like, I sold 1 billion things on eBay and made no money. So on that note, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and I will make sure to subscribe if you like content like this. I do this every single Wednesday, except for the first Wednesday of the month. It's at 6:30 with Chris from A Daily Refinement. We kind of talk about my month and set some goals. And then also every Monday, I have an accountability call to go over your goals and your successes. That is open to anyone who wants to join. The chat is always open, but if you would like to join on the video, just send me a DM and I will send you the link. Do not forget to head on over to my Instagram if you're a reseller parent or reseller parents, so you can tag them for this over $4,000 worth of prizes. Amazing, amazing prizes. And then also on my Instagram, I have a big announcement for the week. So have a good night.